Take that back. We are not starting right this second because I got to re-enter the screen key. Settings.
That'll give me like 5 seconds to actually make sure my mic's set up proper.
Should be. We went through and sound checked everything. Okay.
Test. Sounds
Now
good.
everything's working.
Sounds good. It's nice to be back.
Ain't it? Facebook.
Well, 3DMs is live now.
I know, right? It's weird.
Hey, for anybody out there right now, 3DMs is live right now. Check it out.
Oh, really? Weird. Didn't know about that.
Oh, wait, I can't take our viewers away. Never mind, disregard.
Fail.
Sorry, viewers.
No, I just made a comment that, hey, our friends 3DMs are live now. Check them out. And it's like, wait, that takes away from our people.
No, wait.
Oh, crap.
Whoa.
He came in like a wrecking ball.
This is why we can't have nice things, Paul.
Yeah, it is why we can't have nice things. My apologies.
Oh, jeez.
Paul, ruining
Cheese.
things for everyone again.
Cheese and crackers.
Well, if you weren't ruining things, what would you be doing? Being productive?
Hardly.
Is this still working? Ah, it is. Excellent.
Oh, yep.
Let's just make sure I actually have a microphone on my face. There we go.
Oh, yeah, it's nice being back.
It is. It's a nice recording studio.
Show.
There we go. Just pour myself a cold one.
I just drank from the can. I'm classy.
I just like ice in my drink.
Like Coca-Cola. That's a good caffeinated
There's-
We
beverage.
have 1 minute.
Found the fight song. I was really worried it wasn't going to be on the.
Ooh, that would have been bad.
That would have been
bad.
annoying. I would have been really upset about that. Fire up the encoder.
That'd have been real bad if our grand entrance didn't have the entrance.
Oh, yeah, that'd be unforgivable.
It'd be tragic.
Unforgivable.
This is unforgivable.
And
Jake, it feels weird having you all the way over there.
I know. All right.
Such an empty space here.
I know.
Because poor Clint couldn't make it.
It's a shame.
Now that I'm all alone.
I will shed one single tear for him. Let's see if acting paid off. No, I can't do it. I'll get it out of both. I'll get it out of both eyes.
A single man tear. Okay.
Uh-huh.
The saddest cry ever. One single silent tear.
I mean, the Indian crying. Except I was an Italian guy.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Sicilian? I can't remember.
All right, boys.
All right.
Let's do it.
Wait for it. Wait for it. All right, everybody, welcome back to 3DMs. We're back.
Yay!
Finally.
After years of slumber, after 2 months, a bunch of college finals, a whole lot of other crap, we are finally back. We've missed you. We've been really, really bad about notifying you that we are going to come back. I will
should have said something.
You probably should have said something.
Yep.
I will squarely take the blame for that one.
We don't know how to talk to people real well.
Yeah, no, including ourselves. But, that's kind of,
Hard enough scheduling this.
like I said, in our very first episode, we told everybody this show's a hot dumpster fire. So we're just going to stick with that for now. But let's talk about some stuff. So we've been gone for a while. We've had some roster changes, some lineup shakeup. So Nacho is officially
The third DM.
the third DM now. Clint has
Pinky up.
a
Pinky
massively, pinky up. So, snaps,
I can't
snaps
snap.
and claps. You can't snap?
No, I can't.
I can't either.
Huh, what?
I can't snap. I can't whistle.
I feel so dominant right now. Just look at me.
Teach me, senpai.
Let's not. We're currently on air.
Wow, that's weird.
It's my job
to
to
know
make
in
things
to know
weird.
in the odd situation that some man with a gun comes up to us and is like, unless you can snap your fingers, I'm going to execute all three of you. I'm the only one who can save us.
That would certainly be an odd situation.
That is an incredibly odd situation.
But it's not impossible.
Anyway, so Nacho is our third seat. Helen will no longer be on the show. Future endeavors. She's moving up north for college.
Alas.
So future endeavors, snaps and claps, or just claps from you two. And we
I
will
feel so attacked.
Yeah.
and we will have Clint on when it is possible for Clint to be here. But again, that boy likes to overload his schedule. So
Lester heard the man was working 3 jobs and taking 20 classes at once.
that's not true. But the way he talks about it,
It sounds like it.
it sounds like it. So we're back. We've got a bunch of fun stuff planned. Going over some stuff that's going to be happening on the show here really soon. So for one, a couple of final touches need to be made, but our Discord is functional. So if anybody ever wants to come hang out with us, playing video games and drinking on weeknights like bad kids, we'll usually be hanging out in there. We'll try to get the link up at the end of the episode for the Discord, and anybody can hop in and join. It's still undergoing just a little bit more construction and things getting sorted out, but it's functionally ready for everybody.
It has the Discord functionality of,
You can sign in.
You can-
transmitting text.
being able to type and talk to us. So the Discord server is going to be up and running here completely by the end of the week, hopefully, but it's functional now, so we'll post that at the end of the show. Also, the contest is still ongoing. We'll get back to the details of that because we never hit 500 likes on Facebook, and
Sorry, guys.
we're sad, but whatever.
We'll get there.
We'll one
Eventually.
day.
Single tier, the saddest cry ever.
Yeah, one day. So, let's see. We got that out of the way. And I guess the last thing we're really going to say is we're going to experiment with a whole bunch of new content. We want to try to get back into doing more segmented stuff instead of just blocking off 30 minutes to kind of talk about something. We do record this show live, so there's a lot of times where we think we can fill 25 minutes on a topic, and then we actually just neatly tidy it up
In 2.
in 5, and then we're just like,
Yeah, it throws us through a loop because we're never that organized.
Oh, yeah, never.
damn. So we're gonna try a bunch of new segments and topics and things like that. We got a bunch of fun interviews lined up too here in the coming weeks. We'll talk about a couple of those at the end of the show. But for right now, let's launch into one thing that we always did consistently, and that is talking about the new Unearthed Arcana.
Woohoo.
So, let's see. Double check what day it came out here. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Believe it came out,
It was this week, wasn't it?
I believe so. No, it was actually April 9th.
Jeez, we're way behind.
Yeah,
Oh,
Samsonite. That was way off.
whoops.
So, yeah, about a month ago, Order Domain came out, but,
We were slumbering.
Yeah, we were still, figuring out how to get the show back on the air.
After 10,000 years, though, we're free.
Yeah, after 10,000 years of laying dormant, who has disturbed my slumber. So, order domain. Let's launch into it, boys. We had a lot of fun talking about this one in the car on the way here
Oh, yeah.
because it's
It's certainly something. It's something we're kind of missing is, it's not so much the law domain anymore as is, again, as they say, the order domain, because just calling it law invites too many Judge Dredd comparisons, and I don't think that's really fair.
But it's pretty close.
yeah. Although, let's not kid ourselves. This class is basically Judge Dredd, or this archetype, I should say. A domain.
Also domain.
Domain.
So
You can do this.
that's
know.
what clerics get instead of
Rusty.
having archetypes.
Gotta get a lot of the rust off.
So the good things about the order domain, of course, is that it's got a fairly good first level ability. Is that a first or second level ability that allows them to have their allies attack whenever
Here,
they cast a spell?
let's just go through in order.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
So, Voice of Authority is their first level ability. Yes. So, starting at first level, you can invoke the power of law to drive an ally to attack. Immediately after you cast a spell on an ally using a spell slot of first level or higher, that ally can use their reaction to make one weapon attack against a target of your choice that you can see. If the spell targets more than one ally, you choose the ally who can make the attack.
Oh, sweet. I just healed the party. Now we get an extra attack.
It's true. One extra attack, though. Just one.
Because you
Give it
are
to the barbarian.
law.
And it also takes up their reaction, so no attack of opportunity for them. Still, it's pretty nice. It's, the warlord trait from 4th edition that they took and gave out piecemeal to other classes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they also start with heavy armor proficiency.
yeah, as many cleric proficiencies do, actually.
Yeah, taking a step back, too, let's just go over their spell list really quick, their order domain spell list. So we got first level is Command and Heroism.
That's okay. I like heroism.
Yep, solid.
At
third level gives you...
Enhanceability, hold person. So
Hold person's fantastic. Enhanceability
stop
is
fiend.
okay.
Yeah. Hold person's great, and enhanceability also has its situational use. Fifth level, you get slow and mass healing word.
Mass healing word's okay. I'm not a huge fan of slow, though. It's mostly used to stop haste from working, and haste is less good in this edition.
True, but still, I just do love the idea that so many of these spells are just like the ultimate cop spells.
I love it.
Let's see. 7th level, you get compulsion and locate creature.
So you can find that bad guy you're looking for.
Yep.
Yeah, look at creatures useful.
And then at 9th level, you get dominate person and commune. Because when
Dominate person seems a bit weird for an order cleric, I gotta tell you.
It's putting them under arrest.
yeah,
Well, no, it's
aggressively.
mind slaving them.
Exactly.
Ultra arrest.
Yeah, super arrest. And commune,
Y'all
so
need
if
Jesus.
you and commune, so if you can't find the perp, you can just literally ask your god, where is he? Helm, help
You
me
can
find
go
him.
ask the brass to find them.
It's like your
The
walkie-talkie.
commissioner.
Yeah,
Just, hey, dispatch. Can't find him.
Jim Gordon. Jim Gordon in the sky. Hey, it's Batman. Where is he?
Where is he?
Where is she?
Yeah, you got to be inclusive.
Yeah. Where are they?
It's
So-
only one person, though.
Yeah.
So
Or it's an
He, she,
ooze,
they.
and where is it?
we
Anyways,
call it that.
yeah. So, yeah, solid overall.
It's a
though.
solid spell list.
Yeah, solid spell list. Nothing overwhelming, but it.
Well, hold person and dominate person are both fantastic spells. But
Yeah,
don't
you-
clerics already get hold person?
I believe they can take them.
You can take it, but you always have it prepared.
You always have cleric spells prepared, of course.
So you're always able to control the battlefield.
Or
Always.
one person.
Always.
So let's move on to their channel divinity, which is Order's Demand. Starting at
Yes.
second level, you can use your channel divinity to exert an intimidating presence over others. As an action, you present your holy symbol, and each creature of your choice that can see or hear you within 30 feet of you must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you until the end of your next turn or until the charmed creature takes any damage. You can also cause any of the charmed creatures to fall prone when they fail the saving throw, which is my favorite part of that.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty much the reason you take it, because charming somebody for one round is not really terribly effective usually. I mean, elves are immune to charm, for one. There's a lot of creatures that are immune to charm. And also, that doesn't mean they can't attack your allies. They just can't attack you.
And doesn't going up from prone solicit a attack of opportunity? Because I don't remember
yes.
But more importantly, you can present your badge and tell everyone, FBI on the ground.
FBI, get on the ground! No, it's... I mean, it's not, like, world-endingly strong, but still, I can definitely see a lot of situations where, as a DM, like, especially with a very low-level one of these, like, they run into, like, 6 bandits, and then they can have this really badass moment where they, again, just flash the badge, and then, like, all these, like, commoners or whatever just fail and, you know, hit the dirt.
Oh, no, I would completely ruin your game with all of the cop jokes.
Oh, yeah. Cop jokes are perfect. But regardless, it's interesting. It's certainly better than Turn Undead in the vast majority of situations. I think it's good.
Yeah, no, it's really fun. So, moving on to the next one. Order's Dominion. Let's take a look here.
See, at 6th level,
It's the enchantment special.
you're able to, when you cast an enchantment of 2nd level or higher, you get to regain one expended spell slot. I don't know why that was so hard to say. And then it must be a lower level than what you spelled and can't be higher than 5th level.
Yeah.
So, cast a 6th level, get a 5th level spell back. Or when you're at lower levels, sweet, I get another Cure Wounds.
Yeah.
It's like Expert Divination in the Wizards does the same thing for divination spells, except this is enchantment spells. I was a bit curious because I didn't know how many enchantment spells clerics have, and they have a decent amount, but they don't have a huge amount of enchantment spells overall.
Yeah. It's still a nifty little feature. Like, they're definitely, except for the next ability.
Yeah, but it also stacks with their Voice of Authority, because you enchant your ally, you get a spell slot back, so you could theoretically enchant again, and your allies can keep using their reactions to get more attacks.
Yeah, the thing is, most cleric enchantments are actually kind of curses, like blindness, deafness, or so on and so forth, which is
Pocket sand.
less useful. But
Yeah, but you have enhanceability, so...
it's true, enhanceability is good.
Yeah, so you have a free spell that'll take care of all this.
Yeah. Yeah, one thing I do really like about the way they built this domain, too, is it's a very heavy battlefield control caster, which is fun.
Getting back into some of the old cleric roles in 3rd edition.
Yep.
Rather than just
I mean, except for the last 2 abilities, really. You know, every extra feature they get is really just based on their spell casting, which is neat, nifty. So let's move on, though, to the 8th level ability, Divine Strike, which pretty straightforward. You infuse your weapon strikes with divine energy once on each of your turns. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can cause that attack to deal an extra 1d8 force damage to the target. When you reach 14th level, the extra damage increases to 2d8.
And I believe when you get Orda's Wrath, your allies can trigger it as well.
Yes. Starting at 17th
kind
level, enemies you designate for destruction wilt under the combined efforts of you and your allies. If you deal your divine strike damage to a creature, that creature takes an extra 2d8 force damage the first time each turn. Then any breathe.
You can do this.
Get back into the swing of
You
things.
can do this.
I know.
Any ally.
I don't know why I'm laughing. Okay, sorry. Extra 2d8 force damage the first time each turn that any ally of yours hits it with a weapon attack. This benefit lasts until the start of your next turn.
So yeah, you can pass on the benefit to your allies as well.
Yes. So, overall, top to bottom, how are we feeling about it?
I love it. It's everything I want in a cleric, because I'm boosting my allies. I'm able to get some form of crowd control, and just saying, hey, you know what? I'll slap a holy symbol on my Great Maul, smack that on the ground, and everybody goes prone. I just love the picture of it.
Paul?
Well, I'm going to be Commander Contrarian here as usual.
Oh,
Yes.
I actually do like it. I just think that perhaps its abilities are a little schizophrenic. Divine Strike contrasts heavily with its other abilities and comes way too late in the class levels.
I could agree with that.
I feel like that should probably be an earlier ability, because it seems like at the level which you get it, you're not dealing enough damage with it to really make it worth you actually waiting in and hitting things as opposed to casting spells.
Right.
And then Order's Wrath it's a fun ability, but again, it should have been gotten like 10 levels ago.
Fair. Ultimately, where I sit on this entire domain,
It should have been a Warlord. I'm telling you.
well, one, yeah, you can see
Slowly getting there.
yeah, slowly.
We
They
have
are-
the pieces to piece together the Warlord now from other classes.
Yeah, slowly but surely they're putting the Warlord in the game. Just bits of him are scattered.
It's just a little tease.
You know, yeah, just a little tease. Still want to see
Just,
Warlord.
oh, here it is.
I agree with Nacho in that it looks like a lot of fun for a cleric. It does a lot of good crowd control, good like team buffer, and you definitely need that out of your clerics because a lot of clerics just like to play light clerics and just go fire. Nothing wrong with that, but sometimes you like to see a cleric, do some other really cool shit.
Either healing or fire. That's what you usually see, but it's nice seeing one that focuses on actually taking care of the ally.
Now, that being said, though, my only real criticism of this class actually comes in for its lore and what it implies. Because, and I have no problem with this.
This is why I'm not allowed to play it.
This is why you're not allowed to play it. Well, in this current campaign setting.
You are playing criminals.
Yeah, in this current campaign.
Well, in any of your games, I'm sure you wouldn't allow it because I will go overboard. But
no,
tell them
it depends
why.
on the party. But the whole point being that this class can easily suffer from this is what my character would do syndrome. As so let's read the order domain like actual, verbiage here. The order domain represents discipline as well as service to a society or an institution, whether that service is rendered in obedience to or enforcement of the law.
You betrayed the law.
Civil, religious, or both gods on many worlds grant access to this domain, including Bane, Tyr. I'm not even going to attempt some of them names. Foltus, Ouijas, Orion. Yep, skipping that one. Athena, you get the idea. Gods. The ideal of the order is obedience to the law above all else rather than a specific individual or the passing influence of emotion or popular rule. So,
I would be the hardcore RoboCop of Helm.
yeah,
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. This character is a carte blanche Judge Dredd or an Ultramarine if you're into Space Marines and Warhammer 40K. These type of characters aren't going to mesh well with anybody who's playing a rogue
90%
or
of
a
classes.
druid or a barbarian or anybody who tries to do anything
Especially
cheeky.
not a bard.
Oh, yeah, no, a bard is going to get a tombstone pile driver in the center of the street, like, within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
If the cleric's feeling generous. and-
So the only thing, I guess,
20 years in the ISO cubes creep.
so any fellow DMs who have somebody who wants to play this domain, make sure it's somebody that you, like, trust as a role player and hope that they, and trust them to not screw up your game because this is definitely, it's almost like the Kender. It's like the polar opposite of Kender. Where Kender is just, I'm playing my character and I'm going to steal everything from my friends because that's what Kender do. This is the polar opposite. This is somebody who is going to stare you
Do
in
you
the
have a
face.
warrant to break into this cultist den? No? 20 years in the cubes.
You did not cross at a crosswalk. Come back here, heathen. Like,
Do you have your weapons permit?
these are excessive examples, but
It's also why Jake has banned me from playing this domain.
One of them.
one of them. Just this one. Maybe I'll allow it in the future, but definitely
this
not in this
reason.
current campaign because y'all are playing thieves anyways.
Anyway,
So, final thoughts on it though. Great domain, a lot of fun. Buyer beware if you're a DM. Make sure that your players, don't catch a vicious cold of this is what my character would do syndrome.
yeah.
But other than that though, looks like a lot of fun.
I think it's balanced as far as actual mechanics go. I just think the flavor probably should do some work.
Yeah, just like a little bit of an easement.
Yeah, and then back to what you said about the later abilities not dealing enough damage at that point. I think it makes up for it at the beginning by giving you the extra attacks.
I mean, that's okay.
So the action economy, you're getting that at the beginning, and then the damage comes later.
Okay, guys. So,
With
moving
that
on.
out of the way.
Yep, that's all done. So, we were thinking of stuff we could do, and there is, we were looking at the monster manual and stuff. I, just fired up a new campaign, low-level campaign, so I finally get to go back and look at everything and, think about what I want to do. And kind of realized there's a bunch of stuff that I've never even really considered using simply just because it wouldn't fit a lot. And then, because I do listen and watch a couple of, actual play games, I don't see some of these monsters a lot either. So let us know if you like this segment or not. But we're going to talk about underused monsters and maybe why we should just show them a little bit more love.
Or maybe why they're underused as well, though.
That too.
Monsters have feelings too.
Yeah.
No, they don't. They're monsters.
Some of them do. This one doesn't.
Yeah. So without further ado, we're going to talk about the Scarecrow, which is something that I forget is in the monster manual until I accidentally stumble across it every time I'm reading the monster manual while I'm taking a poop.
Go and look for the skeletons. You stumble across the scarecrows. Like, whoa, this is still in the monster manual?
Yeah, this is still here. Oh, this is a buddy. This is the thing. Pop open their monster manual, Chiefy. Let's get to work on this bad boy.
So,
Because even though we researched it, we still need the refresher. It's that forgotten.
well, I mean, it's also, I'm sure it's been in some, of, like the Monster Manual 6 or something. In 3rd edition it was used, but it's not been in the previous monster manuals as a main, like, tier monster.
Yeah.
The Scarecrow is a medium chaotic evil construct of CR1. Already I can sort of see the problems why you don't see it get a lot of use. CR1 is already very short,
Yeah.
shall we say?
Yeah, you blink and you're past it. Like,
2 fights with orcs is going to get you past CR1.
yeah.
And
get
already you've got goblins, you've got hobgoblins, you've got orcs.
And by the time you get to level
folk.
3, by the time you get to level 3, like, you can fight a bunch of these, but it's going to start having diminishing returns.
Oh, yeah. Go and take a look, Nacho.
I need to look.
It's got fairly impressive hit points at 36 for a first level monster, but it's only AC 11, and its stats are not terribly impressive. It's got a whole bunch of 11s and 10s across the board.
Except for a 13 in charisma, which is
Oddly charming,
neat.
despite the fact they can't speak.
Yeah.
So,
that's comeliness.
so they do have damage resistances to a whole bunch of things, like such as, most importantly for first level characters, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing weapons. They've got resistance to that, which means they have an effective, 52 hit points against them?
Yeah.
That's 62, I think.
Yeah, against a
72
normal
hit points.
fighter,
Wow.
normal rogue.
Yeah, immune to poison, so sorry, you can't poison the
It also can't
straw.
be charmed, paralyzed, poisoned, knocked unconscious.
Construct stuff.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Although
you can't,
I do
you
love
can't make
that-
it obey the law.
I
You
do
can't
love that
present the
idea
badge.
of the rogue adding poison to a blade and just like stabbing it. And it's like, you're stabbing straw. What did
With
you think was
poison.
going to happen?
Why isn't he poison? It's straw.
He's made
So
of straw.
now the real disadvantage, of course, is the Scarecrow does have one rather obvious damage vulnerability.
If you've seen The Wizard of Oz, you might know what it is.
It's fire.
Yeah.
And fire is an incredibly common damage type. The best first level wizard and sorcerer cantrip is Firebolt, which is going to deal double damage against this thing, and it's only AC 11.
And then every rogue's an arsonist.
Everyone's an arsonist in D&D.
I mean,
gotta
well,
tell you.
yeah, and most people are going to have packs. You're going to have your explorers pack or your adventurers pack or
And those
whatever.
contain torches.
Torches, which, if you're a fighter, you're just like, all right, pull that out and start, swinging away like you're Cal Ripken Jr.
Yeah, and then prestidigitation, you can produce a small flame, and that's
Can you do the
That's
prestidigitation? I thought that was produce flame, which is an entirely different cantrip.
no. You're able to make a small flame, light a campfire.
Or say a man made of straw.
Yes.
Produce flame is also a cantrip, though. So
Yeah. Point is, there are
a lot of ways.
a
to set
lot of
things
ways
on
to
fire.
suddenly, like,
Yeah. No, there was one time one of my DMs tried to bring scarecrows in. We were dealing with all sorts of undead. We ended up lighting the farmhouse, fields, and everything on fire because it's like, nope, there's too much going on here.
Yeah, I'll just set things on fire.
And
Solve
then
the problem.
eventually he's like, okay, well there goes all of these enemies.
Well, it's your problem, isn't it?
just sadly wads up plans.
So
Best part, none of us knew about it until he's like, well, okay, there goes all of these combats.
So the one thing they've really got going for them, other the fact that they can make 2 attacks at first level, which is actually pretty scary, especially because their claws are 2d4 plus 1 slashing.
Yeah.
they can pretend to be normal scarecrows until you're looked at. So they're a first level enemy that can do the gargoyle thing of, oh, look, it's a room full of statues. Except in this case, it's, oh, look, it's a field at night. And there's rustling in the bushes.
Yeah, obviously, the best use of the Scarecrow is going to be for horror stuff. They actually do have, what is their gaze ability called?
The terrifying glare. The Scarecrow targets one creature it can see within 30 feet of it. And then if it can see the Scarecrow, it needs to succeed a DC 11 Wisdom save or be magically frightened until the end of the Scarecrow's next turn. The frightened creature is paralyzed.
Yeah.
If you make people make enough saves, they're going to fail eventually.
Exactly. That's where this monster does also, like, if you have, like, 4 or 5 of them, like, sure, everybody get your fire bats out, but at the same time, then suddenly they're just going to start terrifying gazing everybody, and, like, 11's a pretty easy save to beat. You're basically
There's
50.
20 sides in a D20.
Yeah, you're 50-50, but, it's...
Hey, make 4 50-50s in a row.
Exactly.
See how that goes.
Yeah, and then if you need to, for whatever reason, refresh the party because they're not cooperating, just throw a bunch of scarecrows. Start them in a cornfield somewhere.
Y'all are in a cornfield.
It's a new take on Rocks Fall, Everyone Dies.
Scarecrows in a cornfield.
So, good things and bad things about it. Obviously, the fire weakness just makes it a little hard to use. And also, too, like, you can't just put a scarecrow in the middle of,
It's got a very specific environment. It doesn't really leave that environment.
Though who knows? Maybe people won't be expecting it to be an actual creature because it's a scarecrow.
I mean, you can make it a pile of rags on the ground.
and you could always have, like, the, harvest festival or whatever is coming up, and there's a bunch of decorative scarecrows in town. So there's ways around using it, but for the most part, it's like...
It's a very limited use monster.
It's a niche.
Now, that being said, though, it does have a ton of reskin potential, and especially if you want to just, go under the hood and get rid of a couple of things. For example, take this scarecrow, strip that fire damage weakness that it has, and turn it into a mannequin. Because I know a lot of people who don't like mannequins.
I'm one of them.
And suddenly, now you're playing with, what's it got?
36 hit points.
Yeah, 36 HP, freaky mannequin that's not hurt by fire, and you can do all that great herky-jerky mannequin stuff, where lights flicker out, and
they
the
move a bit closer. And
they move a bit closer.
The nurses from Silent Hill.
Yeah, exactly.
It's, on the other hand, you have to keep in mind that's also an animated object concept. Has the animated suit of armor, which does basically the same thing, but with less hit points, oddly. But
was it really less?
I'm pretty sure it's less hit points than the Scarecrow.
I have to check because I thought they were
animated.
Pretty terrifying.
Animated armor is actually not that scary overall. There's the flying sword. Animated armor's next page. Animated armor has 3 less hit points.
Huh. The more you know.
Oh, it
less
makes
speed.
up for it with the armor class.
Yeah, it's AC 18 though. So
instead of 11.
All right. So, final thoughts on Scarecrow.
It's a very limited use monster. I think it's cool. I just think it's also very hard to use because you don't stay at first level for very long, or even around that vicinity.
Yeah, like I said, around second, third level. I'm going to agree with you. It's really cool. Again, I like the idea of mannequin or marionette or just, a bunch of ways because, again, like the AC's right on the money, the HP's right on the money that you can, like, do about 5 or 6 of these, for a third or fourth level party and, like, make it a real stressful night at the table for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Or you could use it as supplementary if... let's say, for whatever reason, you're sending your characters out to an abandoned farmhouse or
Guess why it's
in
abandoned?
a farming community.
Yeah,
They're fighting bandits, and surprise, here are scarecrows.
Surprise, Scarecrow.
Fighting
but they're-
bandits, one of them gets dragged into the cornfield.
Yeah,
They're a lot of fun, but they're a lot of fun, though.
You can also use it as the arch nemesis for your Batman-themed Order Domain Cleric.
Now I see a giant, heavy armor wearing fucking
Scarecrow.
Yeah, just beef it up a little bit and...
Make it a spellcaster. No.
Yeah, make it a spellcaster, give it poison spray, and...
Okay, that's enough of
Bob's
that.
your uncle. All right.
That's not going to get us in trouble with copyright, will it?
No.
No.
Oh, sweet.
No. We have a lot of good protection here at Podcast Detroit. Yeah, so if you guys have any stories or tales of times you've used scarecrows, had a DM use scarecrows on you, things of that nature, let us know because
Please.
we'd love to hear about it. We'll share them next week. So another segment we're just gonna plug really quick. We're gonna start looking for badass things that happen in forums and other places. You know, tales from in the game. If you ever want to file a nomination for somebody who should be recognized as the 3DM's Badass of the Week due to in-game activity, please send us a nomination and we will read that shit on the air.
Make us feel official.
Yeah. All right. Now with that, we're going to go take a 5-minute break because we're all still getting back into the swing of doing this thing. So we're going to take 5 minutes. When we come back, we got our newest segment that we're really, really excited about. We're diving into the D&D wiki.
From the wiki.
Burr, burr, burr. So we'll be right back.
I need to work on my echo voice.
No, we need to record that officially.
We should.
That's what we need to do. But we never will because we're peasants. Lazy. Worthless. All right. And we're back.
Where are we?
We are.
Yeah, we're back. All right.
Sorry, it's official.
So, gotta adjust the mic. There we go. All right. So, Nacho, if you could, one more time, please.
From the wiki.
Yeah,
There we go.
I'll try to get an official sound made for it.
But we probably won't. But we'll
Yeah,
try.
We'll try. We're good at trying. Anyways.
Do or do not. There is no try.
We get an A for effort, but we get an F for execution.
Yep, exactly.
We're trying our best. Anyway,
Moving on. So
I should set out a clarifier in advance for this. The Dungeons & Dragons wiki is not remotely official. It's entirely a fan-based thing. Most of it hasn't been play-tested in any serious, serious sense, capacity. That works also. We can't really contact the authors in most cases. We can't ask them questions about why they did something like this.
but
There is, however, a lot of material, and if you throw enough stuff at a wall, some of it's going to stick.
so because I think a lot of us have been in a position where we've had a player come up to us and they go, "Hey, can I do this?" And you go, "Where the hell did you
What
get that?"
book did this come from?
Oh, it's from the wiki.
And then you cross yourself
And then
curl into a ball.
It's either, oh, I'm level 1, but I can deal 70 damage in a round, or
This.
I'm level
I've
15
also had-
and can't.
Not to
do
throw Tim
anything.
under the bus, but like Tim found something on the wiki and he's like tried to argue with me for about 10 minutes. And just it was just a nasty conversation
What did
because
you
he just
find?
I can't even remember, but I was just like, nope.
Well, we should ask him about it so we can mock him on air. Sorry, Tim.
Anyways, we love you, Tim. Anyways, so this weekly segment we're going to try to do, or bi-weekly, or, depending on what good content we find or what bad content we find, depending on
We're not going to go out of our way to trash other people's work because people did work on these.
Spend a lot of
so-
time, spend a lot of love. But let's see how we feel about it. So after poking around a little bit, looking at some of these homebrewed classes, we picked one and gave it a quick run through, and we are going to do the Dragoon today. We'll post this in the with the video afterwards, the link to it. But
If you just look up the Dragoon in the 5th edition wiki, you'll find it. I'm pretty sure it's the only one. So.
yep. So
Worst case
Dragoon.
scenario, we should remember to post the link for it.
yes.
Oh, yeah, we will. Don't worry about it.
So, Dragoon. Right off the top, Dragoon is clearly highly based off of Kane Highwind from Final Fantasy IV.
Also
This-
I
known
don't
as
think it's so
Spear
much
Bay.
clearly as it is obviously and
Yeah.
entirely.
Yeah, completely.
It's Spear Bay.
Yeah, I tried to. Yeah, he is a very handsome traitorous man.
Yes.
So, right
God
off
bless him, but he's a raving lunatic.
a little bit, yeah. Well, he
That's
just
why we
gets
love him.
he gets mind controlled all the time. Okay, it's not his fault,
He
guys.
should really invest in a ring of protection. For
Really
people.
should.
Or wisdom.
Yep, something like that.
Or
Anyway,
no, charisma saves.
No, we're just talking about the flaws of Kane Highwind. Moving on though. So,
this is not a video game podcast, guys. Come on.
Yeah. Dragoon. Let's just go over the features from the very tippity top. So you start off with D10 hit die,
Which is good.
which is good.
D10's good.
So 6 on that average on a level. Your armor proficiencies are medium and light, which is
It's okay. I mean, barbarians get that, but
but
It's not
they
the best.
Don't really get any extra defense, but we'll crawl into that. Weapons,
this is the weird one for me because
all simple weapons and pole arms.
polearms
Slash-
is not technically a proficiency.
Yeah, / halberd. Well, polearm or halberd.
Well,
it should say.
if you
but
want,
that's-
you can individually list each one, but I think this was the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, I think glaive would fall under that too,
Yeah.
probably.
So, right off the bat, I'm sort of
Let's just go through the equipment.
keep going.
Let's go through skills.
It's okay, Paul.
Your saving throws are going to be strength and dex.
that's good.
Skills are going to be 2 from the following: athletics, acrobatics, survival, intimidation, performance, and perception.
It's got perception. That's automatically a good skill list.
Yeah, and acrobatics / survival are also useful things to have in the back pocket.
Especially for this
Equipment
class.
list is very simple, very basic. You either get a halberd or a polearm, a dungeoneer's pack or an explorer's pack, and then last but not least, a chain shirt or scale mail or studded leather armor. So,
That seems like an odd set of choices.
a little bit, but moving on. So, level 1. Let's go over the first thing they get. So, one of the interesting mechanics I like about this class actually is their Dragoon weapon is like the concept of playing with that. So the Dragoon weapon is going to start out as strong as a halberd or a polearm would be. It starts at a D10, but as this class levels up, it's going to be able to do more damage with a halberd / polearm. It eventually goes all the way up to 2d8, making it better than a greatsword.
Fairly.
Yep, and which has, well, the thing about halberd and polearm, they have reach too.
Yes, but you can't hit creatures one space from you.
Exactly, but still,
Got to do the dance.
yep, got to do the dance. A lot of versatility though in that, so that's cool. Let's talk about jump. So, really quick, Final Fantasy IV, Kane Highwind, the Dragoon. His whole big shtick was that he would jump really high into the air.
Like off the screen high.
Yeah, like you couldn't see him. Like, wow, I thought this cave was only 6 feet high. Where the hell did he go? And then he would come crashing back down with a vengeance
Like Batman.
about 5 minutes later. Like a turn later. So let's go over the written rules here for jump.
Enhanced jump. Oh, never mind.
So, first of all, everybody has to, they add there is a Dragoon save DC. Some abilities, like the jump attack, requires their special save DC. So their special save DC is 8 plus Dex plus proficiency.
Yeah, nothing wrong there. It's just standard save, but with Dex instead of, into his cha instead.
Yeah. So let's talk about the enhanced jump before we get into jump attack, because this is what had us laughing our asses off in the car.
So the first thing I should say is this very desperately needs an order of operations edit, because as it stands, you're multiplying your Dex modifier by 2 and then adding everything else.
Yeah. So reading it verbatim, when you start, you are able to channel your power through your body for a tremendous jump. A dragoon may jump up to a maximum height equal to 20 plus their strength modifier plus their dexterity modifier times 2. Now, clarification, I don't know if it's just strength mod and dex mod times 2 add to the 20, or if it's...
Again, this needs an order of operations change, because as written, you're just multiplying your Dex mod by 2.
Yeah, so, because the way it's written, you're going to, we'll assume, a point by character is going to have like a 16 in strength and a 14 in dex. So that's going to be 25 times 2. So that means you can jump
50 feet vertically in the air.
At level 1.
Yeah, take
Just
a halfling.
Don't bother with this adventuring thing. Just go to the circus.
I'm 3 feet tall. I will jump 50 feet.
Professionally get cats out of trees.
Oh, yeah. Leap tall buildings in a single bound.
Hey, you get to eliminate the high ground advantage of your enemies.
It's true.
Now, where I think it is a mistype in the way that order of operations is set up is because when you get to the final bit of text here, the Dragoon is immune to fall damage from a maximum height equal to 20 times their strength modifier for a minimum of 20 feet.
So it's very possible that you can jump higher than you can safely fall from.
Well, no. Or, yeah.
Yeah, because if you have a
Higher Dex modifier than a strength modifier, you will jump higher than you can fall.
yes,
Though if you get your 20 strength, then
then
you're
yeah.
able to fall 100 feet.
Yeah, you just jump off of cliffs for fun. You're just, hey guys, check this out. Whee!
Hey, follow me.
Again, it's very possible and quite easy, even depending on how you read the order of operations, for you to jump and then hurt yourself falling.
Actually,
Imagine being able to jump like in the air, except when you fall, you hurt yourself.
Actually, no. If you have a max strength and max dexterity, that's 60 feet total. So,
Well, again, it depends on order of operations, because it could be much higher.
well,
Again, the thing is, if you don't have max strength, if your Dex mod is higher than your strength mod, it is quite easy for you to jump higher than you can safely fall.
unless I'm doing my math wrong, 20
So
plus
let's say
5
you have
plus
10 strength and you have 14 dexterity. So you can safely fall 20 feet, but you can jump 20 plus strength mod of 0 plus your dex mod of 2 is 22 times 2 is 44 feet, and you can only safely fall 20 feet.
I don't math too good. I keep a calculator and a lot of scratch pads.
Yeah.
So you can break your legs just jumping.
A lot. So, jump attack. So after,
Okay,
yeah.
I
So by the way,
apologize for my terrible math.
it's okay.
It's fine.
So enhanced jump.
It took me a moment to figure out.
Yeah, enhanced jump is, like I said, think
issue
it.
myself. So
Pretty sure it's not written correctly, but whatever. We'll move past it. So jump attack. When you start, you are able to use a jump attack as an action on any creature of your choosing that is within half your movement range. If your speed is 30 feet, you may only target creatures within 15 feet of yourself. Once the creature is chosen, you can use your action to perform a jump attack, and your turn ends. On the start of your next turn, as long as the targeted creature is within range of your full movement speed from the point where you have first jumped, you come crashing down with your weapon for a powerful melee attack. On hit, the target takes an extra 1d6 damage. The extra damage increases to 2d6 at 5th level, 3d6 at 9th level, 4d6 at 13th level, 5d6 at 17th level. The Dragoon may not take actions while in the air unless specifically stated otherwise. You can cancel the jump attack with a bonus action if you don't want to complete it. Okay.
That was a lot of words.
That is a lot of words, and that is a bit of a mess. But narrowing it down, what this means is you start your turn, you go, I'm going to jump at that dude.
You jump.
You jump in the air.
And you stop. That's your turn.
And that's your turn. And the next turn, they have to, I believe, try to get...
I mean, if they move far enough away from you that you can't complete your movement in a full move, which is to say probably 30 feet, it just fails. I don't know where you go.
Yeah.
But it just fails.
Yeah.
You might just land wherever you initially targeted, or...
It doesn't say. It specifically does not say, which is kind of weird. But again,
yeah,
I'm looking for nitty-gritty details in D&D wiki things.
Anyways, so it's, well, you can move up to half your speed, and then as long as it's within your full movement speed, you can come crashing down on it. So
for a
that's
pitiful amount of extra damage.
Yeah, for about a sneak attack's worth of extra damage. If you actually hit the attack, too, there's a, always the chance that you could do your sweet jump into the air and then just drop your pole arm.
Or, hey, I ready a free action to drop this handful of coins when I'm in the air.
You can't use the action in the air, though.
Free action.
You can't use any actions while you're in the air unless they're specifically stated otherwise.
Yep. So it's
exactly.
No, exactly. This is a situation where a lot of times there would be a lot of DM fiating because you'd have to figure out really quick, well, can you?
Can you make a save while in the air?
You can, but we'll get to that. So jump attack is going to be their whole bread and butter in their shtick, and in this current form, it doesn't seem
worth it
that good, but it's interesting and it's fun. Like, as a mechanic goes, like, if a player wants to do this, I'm super open and super into it, but as it's currently written, like, it just doesn't... You're basically giving up
an entire turn
to do an extra d6 of damage next turn, where you could just walk up there and slap. Now,
you could also jump over walls to attack people on the other side. Well,
yeah.
I mean... Never mind, you can't see them.
You can't see them, so you can't make the attack.
Yeah. See, yeah,
I tried.
There's some cleaning up. Now, at higher levels, though, the damage is, like, it's not impressive, but it's
the thing is that
more worth it.
Rogue sneak attacks scale up more, and you can do them every turn.
Yeah. Well, if you're swashbuckler.
So can Battlemaster Fighter, for that matter. Battlemaster can use superiority dice whenever they feel like it.
Yeah. So the one thing about jump, though, that does work in its favor is it doesn't have a limitation on resource.
It's true. You can do it as much as you want.
You can jump as much as you want. You can jump until the cows literally come home.
And then keep jumping.
And then wonder how the rogue has more kills than you. So let's just storm through the rest of the stuff, because everything, now that we're past all the wordy stuff,
there's just a lot of small things.
So second level, you get to choose a resistance to fire, cold, lightning, acid, or poison damage.
It's kind of cool, I guess.
You pick an archetype. We'll get to those later. Ability score improvement at level 4. Duh. Extra attack at 5. Yeah. Also, duh. Now, however, because there is a specification here for extra attack, you may not use your jump attack as your first or second attack action until you reach 11th level.
It's a bit weird.
A little weird. Level 6, they get this thing called Channeled Spears. Starting at 6th level, attacks
monk
with
equivalent.
Dragoon weapons count as a magical for the sake of overcoming weakness and resistance.
If your GM hasn't already given you a magical spear when you're playing this class by 6th level, they probably are already out to get you, so I'd watch your back.
Or just bring them food and
Yeah.
drinks. Sweeten the pot a little bit.
Aerial Evasion, level 7. Because this class gets a lot of stuff. Aerial Evasion. Starting at 7th level, they have learned to perform aerial maneuvers to avoid harm while in the air. If the Dragoon is subjected to an effect that allows them to make a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage, they instead take no damage upon success and half damage upon a fail. So it's Rogue Evasion, but in the air. Neat.
Only while you're jumping.
So this is our favorite one, though, in the car. This is
The grand poobah
Yeah,
of
Oh,
all
yes.
abilities.
the best thing. Although, actually, I'm going to jump forward really quick to Crippling Strike because it's at 9th level. For some reason, Aerial Takedown, the 15th level ability, got shoved up way earlier. So let me,
Weird.
we'll get to it when it's actually supposed to be.
Editing.
Yep. So Crippling Strike, starting at 9th level, Dragoon lands a successful jump attack. They may use a bonus action to inflict one of the following effects on the target. They can either be knocked prone, they can be disarmed, or they can have their movement speed cut in half until the end of their next turn. They have to save against the Dragoon's save DC.
That's okay, I guess.
Solid. Again, solid. Comes a little late in the game, I think. Like they should be, for the jumping to really be effective, this stuff needs to
Should
be
probably
around.
a first level thing, honestly.
I wouldn't call it a first level thing, but about level 6.
I can see that. Given instead of the whole your spears are magical, even though they're probably already magical.
Yeah. Let's see. Acute Impact. Starting at 10th level, you've learned to use the balance of nimble dexterity and brute power in tandem in order to strike precisely and powerfully. When you land a successful jump attack, you can re-roll a number of damage dice equal to your strength modifier. You must use the second number that you re-roll. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your dexterity modifier and regain expended use upon finishing a long rest.
That's okay.
I
That's
get to
good,
maximize spell my spear.
Yep. First strike starting at a level, the Dragoon has learned to leap into action at any moment. They get advantage on initiative.
Oof. That's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Initiative bonuses are great. That's fantastic.
Skyfall. Starting at 13th level, you finally perfected the art of jumping and have reached the point where you can finally safely
artistic.
tap into your remaining hidden potential when you leap. You gain a significant boost to jump height. Your base jump height is doubled using
God.
the same formula times 2, and the Dragoon becomes completely immune to falling damage.
So now you can no longer break your legs while jumping.
And
The
now
cleric
you are
has a lot of free time now.
potentially jumping like
120 feet or something.
120, like 140 feet. That's cray.
So much jumping.
Yeah.
Because
Again,
Lord knows I need to jump that high.
I assume like the math was done, or, like all the math was done wrong, and you're only like supposed to be able to jump 25 feet in the air, which is still nutty. But like,
Hold on, just let me just jump on top of this building because I can.
so
Reaction.
here we go. 15th level aerial takedown,
Here we go.
the favorite one. Starting at 15th level, when fighting a flying creature, the Dragoon may choose to execute an aerial takedown. Make a melee weapon attack against the creature. On a hit, the creature must succeed on a strength save or have its fly speed reduced to 0 until the end of its next turn. If it hits, whether the flying creature passes the save or not, the Dragoon still lands on the flying creature. In order to stay on the flying creature, the Dragoon needs to make an athletics check every round in order to stay on the flying creature.
So your halfling can finally get that pigeon mount we've always wanted.
So, yeah, like,
This is a very silly ability.
If you've ever wondered how in Pokemon people use Pidgey to fly, this is how they learn Dragoon skills.
so, yeah, like, again, the intention, I'm almost certain, is, against things like a rock
or a dragon or something.
or a dragon or anything that, a griffin, something's big that can fly, right?
The problem is you can use it on anything that's flying.
It's a 15th level ability, but yeah, that means if you just
Pigeon
you,
mount.
you can just dead ass look at your DM and go,
Are there any birds in the sky? I want to jump on them.
I want to jump on one. And
Surf
because
it
you're
to the ground.
and because you're immune to falling damage at this point, yes, you can in fact surf it to the ground. So you can endlessly, hilariously travel around the city by surfing on the ground on dead pigeons.
Just
And-
dramatic entrance bursting through a window and a dying pigeon.
Yeah, so
exactly.
you can either have your halfling riding a pigeon, or if you want to be that jerk, I cannot talk.
Go on.
Take a. They did bring Goliath into 5th edition, correct?
Yes.
I believe so,
Yeah, a Goliath on a pigeon,
Yeah, exactly.
or a sparrow.
Remember, you're wearing armor at this point, too.
Yeah,
It's a nifty idea.
it's just gonna slowly go down.
It's a nifty idea, but still, the implications of the rule are comical as all get out.
Oh, I will cause all the shenanigans with this.
I'm not gonna let you play it.
Yeah, I'm not going to let you play it. I'm sorry.
They banned me from all the fun stuff.
Yeah, pretty
We
much.
do.
I
So
somehow
I
got
can't
away
play
with playing
Mystic.
Bard. in
the
this game.
last 3 abilities, because this damn class gets like an ability every other level. It's insane. Elemental Polearm, starting at 17th level. When you successfully attack a creature with a jump attack, you can choose to convert the jump attack's extra damage to the type of your draconic resistance.
That's actually not that bad. That's pretty good.
Yeah, probably still needed to come in a little earlier.
Yeah, he's coming a lot of was it
Elemental
17th level?
Takeoff. When you initiate a jump attack, you can choose to release a shockwave of channeled elemental power, which is the same as your draconic resistance. When you use your jump attack, every hostile creature within 10 feet of you must succeed on a Dex or Con saving throw, depending on the type of damage you're doing, and take 5d6 of the draconic resilience element and be knocked prone.
No save, just knocked prone.
Let's see. Nope. On a success, the creature takes half damage and is not knocked prone.
Okay, that's slightly better.
After using this feature, the dragoon must finish a short or long rest before using it again.
So you only get to use it once.
Which is a shame, though, because actually, like, in my head, that looks badass. Last one, Wind Fury, level 20. Starting at level 20, you can temporarily enter a state of heightened physical prowess. Come on, Jake. You can read better than that. For 2 turns, you may channel the same force of momentum as a finished jump attack without having to leap into the air. Your normal attacks have advantage, and you add your jump attack dice to them successfully on a hit. After using this feature, you must finish a long rest before using it again.
That's pretty good. Shame it comes at 20th level.
Yep.
It's a capstone.
Mm-hmm. So, really quick, because
We are pretty much out of time.
Yep. So just wrapping things up here. Monster Hunter, just to sum it up, their whole thing is using special jump attacks against big things, big monsters. Breaker has a feeling like a little bit of Battlemaster, and you get the nifty Comet landing ability, which allows you to move everything 5 feet no matter what.
Oh,
yeah. We
You wanna
talked
have a
about
castle
moving
here?
a castle by animating it and
I'll
shoving
put it in the moat.
backwards.
Yeah.
Kind of silly.
So let's go over some final thoughts on the Dragoon here from the wiki.
I'd have a lot of fun with it if, well, y'all already said I'm banned from playing it,
I'm just banning it in general.
because I'd try to do the real world, insert it into this, and I'm gonna fall prone in this cave. I'm gonna do my jump against the wall and torpedo through it.
No, because
What are you going to do indoors? You going to splat against the ceiling and try to jump attack?
Nope, human torpedo.
So,
You want to trap me in this room? I will torpedo through the door.
again, this feels very much like it should have been a Battle Master, like some sort of separate Battle Master variant abilities.
Yeah,
It could have easily been a fighter variant. I don't know why it needed all of this stuff.
because somebody wanted it and they made it. Somebody loves Kane Highwind that much that they wanted to be able to be Kane Highwind in D&D.
It's like, power-wise, no.
This is actually a
it's-
fairly low power class.
Yeah, it's not the greatest, but RP and fun-wise, it's there.
As long as, I do believe that math on that initial enhanced jump is off. I think it's written out incorrectly. If I can track down whoever wrote it, we can, see about a correction on that. But other than that, though, it's not.
It's very low power. You are hindering yourself to do worse damage than a rogue.
But you get to have a lot of fun and ride pigeons.
Ride pigeons, jump over walls, do a bunch of.
You're telling me you've never wanted to ride a pigeon in a game?
Yes.
All
I've
right.
never wanted to ride a pigeon.
I'm disappointed.
Well,
You can walk home.
okay. Hey now. So,
It's a long walk, but I guess I'll get started.
Overall, unlike some other stuff I've seen on the wiki before, this actually, this isn't broken. It needs some cleaning up, and it actually could use a little bit of buffing and maybe, some cleaning up on the, oh my God, so many abilities, but...
Yeah, like I feel like some of them could have been combined.
Yeah, condensed. But overall, it's actually pretty neat. It's fun looking. It looks like it'd be fun to play. Like, I don't know if I could sit through an entire campaign with it, but I could definitely play for a couple of sessions and try to do some, ridiculous stuff with a jump. It looks like it'd be a lot of fun for a one shot or maybe a two-parter. But
like a mid-level one-shot.
yeah, overall, if a player came to me, other than you, Nacho, you get nothing, Nacho. If a player came to me and they wanted to play this, I actually wouldn't have too much of a problem with it because, like Paul said, if you're actually just trying to be like super effective, then you can just play a rogue. However, if it's just for you want to, be a knight who uses,
I was desperately hoping this would involve some actual mount riding, so it could be an actual dragoon.
A historical dragoon. Nope, Kane Highwind, boy.
We already have a cavalier.
Yep.
That's true.
So, ultimately, if someone wants to play it because, it's like they think it'd make a really fun character for them to play, then yeah, go ahead. In terms of actual raw output, it's never going to really be that great, but if you want to play it, go ahead. It actually seems pretty well put together. Still needs a little bit of cleaning up, but overall, it gets my thumbs up.
Oh, and since we've already talked about two banned classes for me specifically this show, pro tip, if you want to have fun, do not, put everything in motion to usurp the DM's world. Because then they take away all the fun classes. I'm honestly surprised I'm allowed to play a bard in the current game.
Well, let's not worry too much about that.
But pro tip, don't try to usurp your DM's world. They will take all the extra fun stuff away from you.
Oh, no, I'm just not letting you play any of this stuff because you're just like, I'm going to break your game. Let me play it. Yeah, no, tell me you're going to burn my house down and then just like...
Hey, can I come over with this box of matches?
With this giant jug of gasoline? No. All right.
With that in mind,
we got to wrap up here. So really quick, guys, we're happy to be back. Sorry you had to listen to us get the rust off. We'll be better next week. We got a couple other things. Yeah, hopefully. Well, we got a bunch of fun stuff planned coming up. Next Sunday, actually, we're really excited. We have an interview lined up with Nerdarchy, youtube.com. Nerdarchy, they have videos on everything for D&D.
They're also going to call us out on a bunch of our stuff, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're probably going to be made to look like clowns, but it's okay.
They will.
So we're going to have Nerdarchy on next week. We got a couple other hosts coming up, or guests to have on the show for some interviews.
Hosts.
Yeah, we are the hosts. Sorry, again, getting the rust off. We're happy to be back, guys. We're sorry it took us so long, and everything got a little messy there for a bit.
Thank you for your patience.
But to everybody who likes the show and tunes in regularly, we're happy to be back. So with that, everybody, I'm Jake.
I'm Paul.
I'm Nacho.
You guys fought for it. And this has been 3DMs. Roll well this week, and we can't wait to hear from you. See you next time. Oh, the song's gone. Well, you know what? We're just going to end it.
We lost the song?
Can't find it. It's not where I left it.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Nope. Beluga.
Okay, so that means it's over.
Stop streaming. Stop recording.